pretty happy with that response from your team today?
Yeah, I thought it was really pleasing result, so but to put it in context, last week it's never as bad as everyone wants to make out, and today it's obviously the opposite. It's never as good as it seems, so we're certainly not getting carried away with it. Both teams had some personnel challenges coming in. There was always going to be extreme conditions, and obviously from the eastern states it's going to be difficult to play in these conditions. And then when you look at their outs, the three they lost was Fletcher, Chapman and I can't remember. And Myers has been super. So we're under no illusions that we didn't quite play the Essendon that we expected to be playing. But in saying that, I thought we responded. Our intensity and effort was really good. And we worked hard. We've been working hard on our ball movement. It doesn't always work. But today I thought we improved some of the things that we worked on during the week and have been for a long time. So, we walk away. We lost Monday at half-time with concussion. He went south as it went on. Copped a head knock or whatever. And, so we've got bits and pieces to work through.
Did you see the heat working in your favour today?
Look, I think they'd take a fair bit away from our players. We're all, we go to a 6-day break this week. There's no excuse. We've got 2 6-day breaks in a row, so we understand it's there. We've got a game in Darwin. It's going to be hot. It just is what it is. But I think you'd be naive to suggest that we don't live in and train in a hotter climate than Essendon. So, but I'm not the scientist. I can't measure it, But clearly, we should be conditioned a little bit better. How much, I don't know.
To keep them to 30 inside 50s, how pleased were you with that?
Yeah, it's not something we focused on. It's sort of... But everyone looks at indicators. When you tend to play well and you pressure well and you win the ball well, we won contested ball last week, we didn't. Your defence looks good and your attack looks good, but it starts on the inside. It starts with winning the ball and working together and pressuring, and then everything else looks all right. Your defence looks strong and your ball movement looks good because you're turning it over. So they all go hand in hand, They're really integrated outcomes of contest and pressure.
Were the guys hungry today? Do you think that was a result of what happened last week?
Look, I can't answer for them. I can only observe what you observed, and I think we played good, intense football, and last week we didn't. And probably the relief is we did it against the reigning premier. So if you're going to lose, they're going to beat most. So they were fantastic, and we weren't at our best, and so it's not a bad week to have occurred.
Are you happy with your conversion?
Sorry, let's go to the right of the room. Yeah.
You mentioned your inside work. How pleased were you given you had no Barlow, no Fife coming in, then lost Monday?
Yeah, well, we'd been nutted. Today we come out in front. Aaron's just did his usual things, but I thought the ground level was a lot more committed at the contest, a bit smarter how they went about it, and they got the result they deserved. Last week they got the result that they deserved. They weren't as committed as they should have been, weren't as smart as they should have been, and I didn't prepare them as well as we should have. So with the coaching panel. So what's the opposite of that? What we were today. So they got a good result.
Ross, can you give us some comment on Josh Simpson? He seems a different player, even at Waffle level, than what he was last year.
Yeah, well, we talk about growth, and look, to come in from the outside, everyone dreams of playing AFL footy, but then the harsh realities kick in of the day-to-day commitment, and Josh, has sort of come to grips with that and is working through it. He's still not perfect, as not many of us are, and he got picked on merit. He'd been in our top 2 the last few, and his training had a really strong training block, and so it was important. He wasn't given an opportunity, he earned an opportunity, and he'll have to continue to earn it. But for me, it brings a smile to your face when the crowd's roaring for him and you see him doing okay, and hopefully it fuels his belief that it's worth it and that he can really play at this level.
The conversion and spread of goal kickers, given you were missing a couple of forwards.
Yeah, but again, that's an outcome. We've had a fair spread for a while now. I think we're averaging 9 towards the back end. The good teams spread them, and again, it's an outcome of pressure and turnover and options opening up really quickly and sharing the ball. So I think Hawthorn were a bit Matthew Pavlich conscious. We spoke about that. We bombed in Matthew, and they just had a +1 all day rolling off. So that's a coaching job. Not great effort, but our mechanics, what we've because we've been trying to play with more penetration, but we become a bit bomby and a bit straight line, and we got exposed quickly. So I thought we come to hand pretty quickly on changing that up.
You're missing a lot of your best midfielders today. Can you just talk us through when your eyes stood up for today and what you
Yeah, well, you probably don't even have to preface it about who's missing. John Kennedy, let's talk about the ones that were here, you know. So, look, I thought they were all good, you know. It'd be remiss of me to sort of individualise now. I think Ryan was solid on Watson, then across we put plenty through there. Plenty went through, particularly Monday going down, you know. So lots went through. They're all very good, to be frank.
When Sandlands puts up a performance like that today, does it surprise you that some people can comment that he's overrated and doesn't offer anything to the game?
Well, I think what's dangerous is you taking bits and pieces of who you're talking about, though. I know there's a lot of commentary. You're talking about anyone specifically? Or?
Lee Matthews.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have thought Lee said he was overrated. Lee spoke about very pragmatic, hit-outs being overrated. So, and he's right, because Aaron hit him to the same spots as he hit him last week. But this week we had people there. So, therefore, it becomes a grand level, you know. And everyone wants to make, you know, kingmakers out of players. At the end of the day, Aaron's got a role to play. He does it pretty well. And when it's disconnecting, we always keep him accountable. But he's an important part of our cog. But I thought Zach Clark was terrific as well. And Lee's pragmatic. To think Ruckman can just put it down people's throat without them hitting in and working for each other, he's right. It's a collective effort, and then they get the hit-outs and lose. So I thought it was absolutely accurate.
Just on the athleticism of Clark, can you just let us know what that gives the side in terms of how you use Sandlands and how you use Clark?
Well, I thought Jack Hanneth was pretty good, but, you know, Zach's done a bigger apprenticeship and been to higher levels of performance, so he earned his spot in, and Jack had opportunity, and we didn't think he impacted enough. And I thought what Zach did was really a strong aerial target forward, and when we're held up, and he marked the ball quite well. So, but we know he's a really competent AFL ruckman. When Aaron wasn't there, he was super. You know, we're just as happy with either in the ruck, to be frank.
With the exception of Monday, you've got a clean bill of health today.
Yeah, but I thought that the other week after who we played, Gold Coast, and then you come in Monday and it's a war zone. So because their bodies are so hot, you know, they don't tend to feel what can be wrong with them, like Mick Barlow, like we left. So on the surface we're okay, but until I get the all clear after medical Monday, I try not to think about it too much, because it changes pretty quickly.
What are the chances of May and Monday next week?
Yeah, I haven't thought about it, to be honest. So. Just finished the game. We'll give you an update during the week. We always keep everyone informed. First and foremost, our members and fans. That's the first thing. So Monday's got to pass the Cog State, and who was the other one?
Maine.
Yeah, Maine's got to. I've got to see him train. If he doesn't train, he's no chance. We don't pick people unless they train. This is Michael Johnson going to the grand final. Thanks.